And welcome back to the ECC Season 7 playoff. It's Championship Sunday. We've just been witnessing an incredible match in Division 2 with Ziyad eSports beating the favorites in Godalions Salaritas to take the crown of Division 2. But now we must move on, and it is time for Division 1 and for some money to get involved into the equation, where the winner of tonight's playoffs gets 50 euros and a percentage of all donations coming through the ECC. So this is definitely not for fun anymore. This is for cash. And we have a great first round matchup in the lower bracket between Domino Academy and NOX eSports Atlanta. My name is Machtfish, and I'm joined in the cast booth by Victor VTM. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing very fine, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Domino Academy will come back from yesterday's game where they lost against Trinitas Esports Remix, which was very unfortunate. I don't know anything about NOX Atlanta, but that's why we have Mikey over here as our analyst.
How's it going? I think this will be a great match. You know, we saw NOX eSports Atlanta yesterday having a few insane games from them, and we saw Domino. Well, we didn't see it, but if you were watching the V stream yesterday, you'll have heard the shock from Mochtfish and I. Domino Academy being knocked down to the lower bracket. So this surprising to see them there. So this will be a very juicy series.
So yeah, then I guess going right onto the predictions, lads. Who you got? I'm personally, after playing against Domino Academy for a while now, I don't see anyone stopping them. I was surprised that Trinitas managed to, but NOX Atlanta, they are a strong roster, of course, but I think Domino's got this one in the bag.
I have to agree with you, Mochtfish. I am also going with Domino Academy. Even though NOX eSports Atlanta, they are a promising roster after all, making it into this lower bracket round. But I don't think they have enough to bring down Domino Academy unless the same issue goes around with what happened last night. But other than that, I don't think they will get first rounded this tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree there. I think that I think it's going to be one of them where we know the strength of Domino Academy, and I can't see them losing this, to be honest.
So we are all pretty well establishing that Domino should be the favorites right here, but anything can happen in a series of Rocket League. So let's go onto the pitch, tell the players to join the match, and let's get this series started. Remember, this is the best of 7, so a long series might await us here.
Indeed, a long series will await us as we're going to Domino Academy against NOX eSports Academy. Oh, Atlanta, sorry. Who will take the crown? Who will move over? Who will go to the grand finals? Let's find out as Verge just gets a brilliant kickoff but gets blocked off by Sign. Tempest with the clear now to the corners. Wally just pops it back into his own corner. Now Julian pops it to the middle as Kroby can't find the touch. Tempest trying to clear it, tries to find his teammate. Verge going for a demo maybe, but Sign is there to block Tempest's shot. Now Sign trying to get it past Wally. He does so. No boost to work with. Tempest is there for the save as Julian now pops it back to the middle. Wally with a brilliant clear. Tempest tries to follow up, but Kroby is there for the interference. Now Saint takes his time, tries to air dribble, takes it past one and puts it in for NOX. Now we go over to the second kickoff of today as we get Verge with a really strong kickoff with a strong follow-up by Wally trying to equalize the game as Verge just keeps on putting pressure, goes for the shot, can't find a contact on the ball as Julian saves it. Now Wally just keeping pressure, doesn't want to give any space and time for NOX. Julian with a pop to middle, Sign can't find the touch as Verge just saves the shot. The Tempest going for an air dribble into the corner, pops it into the middle, but a defender is there to save it. Now Verge with the shot a bit too high as Wally just keeps possession and pressure. Now Sign wasting his possession, but somehow gets a double touch, gets it into their other half. Tempest getting blocked by Sign, but Verge is there for the save. Tempest with the shot, but Sign nearly putting it into his own net. Now Wally tries to go for a flip reset, whatever, but gets it past one. Now Tempest takes his time, tries to take it past one, does get it past Julian, but Kroby is there with the block. Kroby blocking Wally once again, tries to get it past Verge, but Verge is there to interfere. A bit awkward behind, backwards. Tempest with the shot, will it go in? Julian is there to kill it, but Verge is there to center it again. Wally with a miss as Kroby now takes ball position. Now Sign going for a clear, does get it. Kroby popping it down to Julian. Julian can't find a touch as one of them saves it. Now Sign who can't find contact with the ball as Wally with a shot saved by Julian as Verge now tries to put pressure but can't find it. Julian with a shot, a bit off target as Verge now takes ball position, gets blocked by Sign as Wally now taking the ball, trying to get it past one, tries to get past Julian, but Julian with a brilliant block. Now Verge going for an air dribble, pass it to Wally, Wally with a shot, but saved by Sign as Kroby now going for a shot himself as Verge is already at the goal line, pops it dangerously in front of his own net. Sign tries to drop it down, but saved by Tempest. Now Kroby going for a pass on the backboard, but Wally is there to interfere, but Kroby drops it down for Sign. Sign with the shot a bit too high as Tempest is there for the save. Tempest gets it past Julian, but Kroby passes to Sign. Sign passes to Julian, but Julian is a bit too wide as Kroby now takes ball position, tries to drop it for his teammates, but can't find anyone to follow up as Verge is there to save it. Now Wally pops it a bit behind him as Tempest now takes the ball position. Sign taking the ball and doesn't want to give it up. So far, it's just ping pong marks. So what do you think the outcome will be from this game?
Yeah, NOX had a better start to the game, but Domino is settling into this one rather nicely now. They have been able to apply some pressure to the NOX defense as there's the pinch coming through from Wally. Amazing pinch, making a goal appear out of nothing against Julian, who is just not very well positioned and gets just dunked over it. And that's the amount of pressure that Domino has been putting on for the past, 2 minutes or so, finally paying off in the equalizer here.
Indeed, finally, Domino Academy nailing to equalize the game, so it's even. We might see an overtime here from the first game, but as I'm speaking, Tempest trying to keep the position. Sign just popping it dangerously in front of his own net, but Verge can't do much with the ball. Wally with the save. Now no one to follow it up. Julian just missing. Sign passing to Kroby. Kroby with the shot in net and puts one in for NOX.
Yeah, brilliant passing play here from NOX. Even though the initial bump came out from Wally, smart bump against Julian, but there's an immediate turn from Saint, who just passed it over to Kroby, and with a well-played shot, there's no chance for the defender to stopping that. So both teams rather well adjusting to playing with substitutes in Saint and Kroby on the side of NOX eSports, and I believe Wally on the side of Domino Academy. But both teams adjusting to that situation rather nicely, although NOX maybe a bit more comfortable with that adjustment right at the second.
Oh, Sign with an unfortunate miss. Julian makes the save as Kroby with the follow-up. What a play. Julian making it in time as we now enter the final 20 seconds. What will happen? Will Domino be able to equalize? There's an open net for Tempest. Not anymore as Julian saves the shot. 10 seconds left on the clock. Wally with the ball possession can't do much as he's awkward. Verge trying to keep the possession. Wally goes for a pass. Wally with a miss as the ball dies and the first game goes to NOX eSports Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's just a great showing from NOX eSports, being really, really efficient with their shots and just overall a better placement in the end that's made the difference here. But going to a man, Mikey, what did you take away from that first game?
Yeah, I think NOX eSports Atlanta, they were just the better side. It really has to be said in that, their positioning was just a lot better. They seemed a little bit faster. They just seemed very well versed in each other. The communication was clearly there, and they were just the better side. For Domino eSports Academy, they need to just step it up. It's really just as simple as that. They need to just be quicker, tighten that defense, and they just need to step up.
Yeah, that's maybe even trying a bit of different things. You see, both teams seem very capable of getting those passing plays onto one another. What I want to see from NOX is now a bit more prolonged pressure because they haven't had that much of it, and Domino need to be more accurate with their passing and with their shots because they had been able to maintain the pressure for a longer period of time this time around. So if that continues to happen, then this could go very long in the series indeed.
As now we go to game number 2 of Division 1 playoffs. Will Domino Academy pull it together and try to cling on to that losers bracket and send NOX home? Let's find out as we move over to Tempest, trying to clear it. He doesn't get past Julian. Wally with a pass, Tempest with a shot, Tempest getting a demo as well as Verge puts it in for Domino Academy, and it is Domino who strikes first.
And that's the accuracy we want to see. Wally with a great pass onto Tempest, who gets the exit demo as well, removing that goalkeeper and leaving Verg with an easy tap-in for the early lead in the game. If Domino can keep that up, that would be ideal for them.
Indeed, let's hope that Domino Academy will keep it up as we go over to Wally, double touching it into their corner, but Saint is there with the save and clear. Now Verge gets it past one. Will it get past Julian? No boost to work with. Julian pops it back as now Wally goes for a back pass. Tempest taking his time. Will it get it past one? He does, but can't find the net as Verge goes for a shot blocked by Kroby. Now Julian going for a pass. Wally is there to interfere. Saint with the save as Verge goes for a shot. Will it get it in? Kroby getting bumped by Wally. What a play by Domino Academy.
And what an amazing shot. And we see that Domino's trademark pressure is trying to set in. They needed a bit of time. They usually take game 1 off just to assess how their opponent plays and to then pounce on them. You can do that much better in the best of 7. And we can see the results right here as they are able to box in NOX eSports and steal all their boost so that they can't realistically go out and then kill them with the accurate and precise shooting. This time from Virgo twice now. So this looks really good for Domino, and NOX needs something else to break out of defense.
Indeed, as we are speaking, it's less than 4 minutes left on the clock. Anything can happen. It's only 2 goals to equalize the game as Tempest just puts it across his own net. Goes for a block, he gets one, but it goes nowhere. As Wally now with a clear into Julian, but Tempest will happily take that ball. Gets it past one. Julian tries to block Wally as Wally just dunks him instead. As Saint now getting dunked by Tempest, but no one is there to push it apart from Julian. Now Wally going for a shot. Kroby with the save as Verge doesn't read the ball. Now Tempest tries to center it. Saint is there to interfere. No one from Domino to push it. Kroby misses the ball as Julian gets a light touch. Tempest with the pass. Wally with a shot, but a bit too high as Verge tries to follow it up as quick as he can. Now Tempest trying to center it, a bit too awkward as Julian now passes to Kroby. Kroby with a shot. Wally passing it dangerously into Kroby, but Kroby just puts it a bit too wide. Julian centers it back, but Verge is there to block it, but Kroby just dunks him. Now Wally gets an awkward touch, but Tempest is there with the save. Wally with a brilliant clear as well. Now Kroby trying to center it. Wally, taking the ball, tries to flick it over one, but Julian is there, gets a light touch back into Tempest. Tempest with a shot. Saint is there to save it, and Wally can't make it in time. Now Verge going for a center. Julian's already up for it. Julian drops it down dangerously as Verge gets a dunk. Wally with a shot. Kroby just backflipping, but luckily Julian is there to make the save. So far, it's just ping pong, just like Dennis loves to call it. Mark Fish.
Yeah, it's more ping pong, but it's not one side to the other. It's pretty much contained in the half of NOX eSports. We have been dangerous on a few counterattacks, but those have happened rather sparingly over the course of this game so far. So they can't really box it in as Domino get a great chance. Verk and Wally just nearly miss on the pinch, but Wally's still on it. Saint with the good rotation to come back with that save. And now their NOX are in their half again, and they need to break out. They need to break out fast as Kroby makes a last-ditch effort here. But the the counterplays from NOX, when they have been able to execute on them, have been looking quite strong. Now they just need to try to make them more often. Maybe get a bit more physical, get some demolitions involved. Because right now, if that keeps on how it's going, I can see it's only going one way, and that is the way of Domino Academy.
Indeed. Now we're nearing that 1 minute mark, and NOX getting some pressure now. Julian nearly getting that drop by his teammate, which was very clutch, but just a bit too wide. Now Tempest dunking Kroby, as now Julian getting bumped. Verge with a demo. Wally having a lot of time, goes for a flip preset, gets blocked by Kroby. Verge is there, but can't find the contact with the ball as Tempest makes a 0-second clutch. As Tempest now side flips, and Kroby puts one in for NOX.
Yeah, and that all started with Verk being a bit awkward on the ball, missing it twice, forcing Tempest to come in, who was then probably low on boost, and just couldn't. And then the individual mistake came through as well with the side flip, not being able to double jump up for that challenge, and it leaves with NOX with an easy tap-it in the form of Kroby. So 36 seconds to go. And anything can happen. It's still a lot of time for that one goal.
Indeed, as we speak now, Kroby taking that ball possession, getting challenged by Tempest, and Tempest end up winning. But now Julian puts it into Tempest, but Tempest getting demoed in the process. Verge going for a block. That's a pinch. Will it go in? Tempest is there to save it. Now Tempest, low boost to work with, tries to get it past one, gets a weak touch. 10 seconds left on the clock. Will NOX pull it back and force them into an overtime? Julian gets it past one side with a shot a bit too wide. Kroby now keeps the ball possession, but accidentally drops it and kills it. Domino Academy takes game 2.
Yeah, and Sign is going to be kicking himself with that last shot that needed to be in. That just one defender in the net in the far corner was wide open. He just placed it a bit too high. Domino take this one rather close in the end, but let's see if our analyst Mikey put up on anything in particular this game.
I think the one thing that really shone out for Domino is that they took people out of the equation. You know, there were a few demos, a few bumps at the perfect time to leave that gap open enough to get that goal in. And they should be, they'll be really happy with how they performed there. NOX Atlanta, they need to keep their eyes out for them, because if somebody's coming towards you, keep your ears out as well, because you'll hear the boost coming. If somebody's coming at you, jump, get out of the way, anything to stop yourself being demoed, because that extra few seconds is all it takes for you to really take one goal. And as you can see here, one goal is all NOX Atlanta needed.
Yeah, and that one goal that NOX didn't get in the end must be crucial, must be painful for them, as now they are going into game 3. We're effectively now in a best of 5 situation. So this resembles normal league play a bit more. They're taking the best of 7 out of the equation. Now it's all about who can settles in and gets the momentum going, as it will be NOX Julian versus Virgo on the first kickoff in game number 3.
This is going to be exciting. Let's see, Domino Academy finally getting some momentum back, and let's see how they will begin with. And Verge just starting off with a brilliant and strong kickoff, but NOX is already there to counter-attack. Julian with a pass to Sign. Sign just can't make it in time, as Tempest now clears it back into the orange half. Kroby just side flips back. Julian with a clear. Kroby with a follow, takes in time as Verge now challenges. Now Julian takes his time, tries to pinch, but nearly into Verge, but Tempest is there to follow up his teammate's miss. Now Wally pops it to the corner, goes dangerously to the middle, but Kroby is there with a save. Verge dropping it down as Julian now takes it, but Verge takes the ball back, goes for a double touch, he gets it, but Sign is there to save that slow shot. Wally blocking Julian in the process. Tempest with a shot a bit too high as it hits the crossbar and out. Wally going for a pass. Julian can't make that save, as Sign had to save him. Now Verge playing passive here, as now Wally with a shot. Julian, will he make it in time? It hits the post either way. Weak shot, but Wally hits it into the net.
And Verk taking that shot away from Tempest, who was of course behind him with a bit better angle, and Wally being able to clear up in the last second there. Domino looking a bit more comfortable yet again in game number 3 as the game just started. And Nox just trying in vain to get out of defense, trying to get some offensive pressure and momentum going. But up until now, Domino's approach can be categorized as distinctly aggressive, yet calculate, as Julian comes in with an incredible double tap to equalize immediately.
I hear that you're enjoying yourself, Markfish, with that double commit that could have led into a goal for Nox earlier on, but somehow works for Domino's favor. But now Nox equalizes it, and Tempest with a strong kick off Verge. Now with a follow up, pops it to the middle. Julian doesn't have any boost. Tempest with a shot on target, puts it for Domino.
Yeah, now unfortunate with there from Julian, needed to make contact, and then signed as well, just being up, maybe being called off by his teammate. The comms just not as clear as they should have been, and Tempest being the one that profits over that one, puts Domino right back in the driver's seat. 2-1 in the game now.
Indeed, but straight off the kickoff, Nox is the one who has that early pressure. Julian tries to put it to the middle for someone, but no one is there. Verge passing it to Tempest, but Sign cuts him off. Julian with a pop, up a bit too high maybe. Yes, it does hit the crossbar. I Sign with a shot, saved by Tempest. Kroby passes it to Julian, but Julian turns it wide, but no one is there to capitalize on their mistake. Verge kills the ball on its place as he passes to the middle now. Tempest, oh, nearly taking that pass by Julian, but Julian just takes it back. Volley with a shot on target again, puts one in for Domino Academy.
And where were the defenders? Both of them just being caught up for Kroby needed to stay at the back post to cover that net. That ball was nowhere near getting cleared, and just an amazing shot from Wally this time. Just puts it into the empty net. 3-1 now for Domino, and this game is looking like it's slipping away from Nox.
Indeed, I'm very confused. Is this Division 1 or Division 2? Anyways, let's go for the action. Tempest with a miss, Sign with a shot, saved by Verge, a bit too light. Julian nearly just skies it, but somehow makes it work and puts one in for Nox.
Yeah, and this one is Tempest with the big miss on the backboard. The third man, Verg, was not quick enough in the rotation, but these whiffs are adding up right now, and both defenses need to stabilitate right now if they want to have any hope further in the series. This game is just an onslaught as there's an amazing dunk from Julian. Holy shit!
Haha, same reactions from me, Markfish, but I can't say it otherwise I get fired. Anyways, brilliant dunk by Julian though, puts it in and equalizes for Nox. Less than 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Will they keep on that momentum, or will they force Domino into a overtime? Let's find out as now Verge takes his time, tries to pop it to his teammate. Kroby is there to interfere. Wally with a clear. Tempest with a shot on the backboard. Goes for a double touch, misses it. As now Kroby also whiffs. Now with Verge passing to no one as Sign just takes the ball gladly. As Tempest now goes for a clear into Kroby once again. Kroby with a weak shot. Sign go for a bomb, but can't find one. Now Wally just puts it into Julian as Julian goes for a shot, but gets cut off by Sign. Kroby gets it past one. Will he get past the other one? He will try. He does. Pass it down to his teammate. Sign is there, but he... What is happening?
Yeah, people just missing the net left, right, and center, but Kroby is there to finally put it in. The defense, again, very panicky on both sides, but this one, especially Domino, both players just went off in search for boost because they had been staffed quite effectively by Nox this time around. And then at the end, after everyone missed, Kroby was there to finally sink it in. And now that's a great comeback from Nox in game number 3. As that must have a psychological effect on Domo. Nox with all the momentum in the world right now as Tempest gets a great flick, but Kroby is there with the save.
Great plays already by Nox with their defense. Volley with a not so great shot. Puts it a bit too wide. Now Verge going for a pass to Tempest. Tempest pops it down, but no one is there to follow up. Only Julian is there. Now Kroby leaves the ball for his teammate. Julian puts it to the side. Tempest is already there. Going for a shot, and it's in for Domino.
And that goal goes 50% to Tempest for the amazing shot and 50% to Wally for that amazing harassment in the net, forcing Kroby to jump early to evade a bump and our demo, and Tempest placing that shot beautifully on target for the equalizer. Now 1 minute 13 left in this very, very crucial game number 3. Neither team seems to be wanting to lose that one in particular, but both defenses are very much lacking.
Indeed, but let's not forget about that brilliant pass by Julian. But as I'm talking, Kroby nearly puts one in, but Verge is there and doesn't whiff it this time. Now Julian puts it to the corner where Verge is as Tempest. Now in the middle, gets faked by Julian as Kroby now takes ball position. Gets it past Wally, but no one is there to follow it up as Tempest now pinches with Kroby as Wally goes for a shot that will drop down dangerously in front of net. Tempest can't put it in as a triple commit occurs in the orange net. Now Julian can't find a great touch as now Kroby is forced to clear it as Tempest clears it into Verge. Verge puts it back to the middle, puts it behind Tempest unfortunately. Now Sign trying to fake out Wally. He doesn't do so as Wally now goes for a triple touch. He does get it in that corner as Verge just pushes very aggressively at the orange players. 10 seconds left on the clock. Will overtime occur or will Domino Academy have some miracle and put one shot in? Last second, Tempest goes for the shot. Julian pops it dangerously in front. Wally with a shot blocked by Julian once again. Now Verge won't let that ball drop. He does let it drop because he doesn't have any boost. We go to overtime. Who will prevail? Let's find out as Verge gets a brilliant kickoff and Tempest tries to focus on following it. But Sign with a pinch already. Verge with a pass to Sign. Will it go in? It does go in for NOX eSports Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the last man you can't be making this week of a touch. Verg had the entire back corner to take that ball into, decides to keep it upfield, but doesn't get the power on it that he needed, and Sign just being there perfectly positioned to make that goal happen right now. And this game 3 has been messy, but maybe Mr. Mikey picked on something else right here.
It was just an absolute messy game, wasn't it, really? The rotations weren't clean. The shots weren't necessarily on target. And it's surprising that many goals were able to be scored. And I think, you know, that last mistake was so fatal during that overtime. And I think they just need to tighten up. Try to just go back to basics a little bit. Get your rotation sorted, and then you can do everything else. Because when you've not got that rotation, you're going to be letting in goals left, right, and centre. Luckily for both teams, the other team had pretty much the exact same issue. It was just an all-round messy game, and they just need to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, and going forward now, especially Domino, who have been being able to come back from Nox's comeback to force the game into overtime, and they have most of the pressure again in this game, but even their offense seems a bit sloppy. It's not as precise as it's usually been through this entire season, which has dubbed them already, even before league play started, the sure winner. And maybe this reputation is coming back to haunt them right here, as Nox is looking to put on a giant-slaying performance.
Indeed, now we move over to game number 4 in the beautiful Utopia Coliseum. Will Domino Academy pull it back, or will they just choke just like game 3? Let's see, as Tempest with the early lead pops it into the middle. Sign with a save. Now Wally just leaves the ball for Verge as Verge blocks Sign. Tempest leaves it for Verge. Verge just can't get a good enough touch as Tempest puts a shot, but hits the crossbar and puts it out. A double commit occurs by Domino, but somehow they're making it work. Tempest gets it past one, tries to drop it. He does, as Wally gets a shot saved by Julian. Now Wally going for a shot, just pops it up for Kroby as Tempest now is forced to save it. The Tempest going for a pass, gets it past one, but Julian is already there, pre-jumped, who gets it. Now Verge alone on defense, not anymore, as they're taking too much time on the ball.
Yeah, Nox not really being able to follow up on that one, and now with the double commit, but too cautious there from Domino. Now there's no one back. Tap is called too far forward. Julian missed the ball, and Saint is there for the tap in because Wally missed the boost in the other corner. Oh my boys, we said you need to focus on your defense, and it just happened again. The individual mistake leading to Nox's goal. Something's not right for Domino at the moment.
Indeed, especially for Domino, the team who's known that they only lost 3 games in the whole season. 3 games. The rest were wins. Not even series, games. That's what I've heard by Dennis, at least. I believe it was Dennis or someone else. But as I speak, Verge puts it in while Wally just goes for that nasty demo.
Yeah, and Kroby and Julian both being caught in an awful position right there, and then Wally just sniping away Kroby, who was on his way to recovering and would have probably made that save. Now the physical play, that is where Domino sees the most impact when shooting their goals. That Verge is supposed to stay on the back post, he doesn't do so, and that ball nearly sneaks in right behind him. That would have been a shocking goal to concede at this point. But Domino live to fight another day. So there's a good touch from Wally, but again, the follow-up a bit slow.
Yeah, they really need to fix their follow-ups, but as I speak, what a pinch! Will that go in? That doesn't go in as he pops a bit too wide, but Sign is already there for the follow-up and puts it in, finally, for Nox.
Yeah, Tempest, yet again, a bit too slow on that read. The Nox player just barely beating him out there with getting the pass mid. It was Julian, I believe. So it is mounting a bit. The mistakes are adding up, and at this level of play, these mistakes will get punished by the opposition, as Nox are doing it, as Nox are showing us right here. You can't make that many mistakes, but you can make that happen. Tempest with an incredible display of skill, amazing double tap across the field.
What a touch, Tempest! What a nasty angle! What are you doing, mate? You should be carrying this team already. Come on, let's win this. Kroby getting a brilliant kickoff as Tempest just pops it behind him now. Verge with 0 boost to work with, pops it to Kroby. Kroby with a clear volley is backwards, but makes it work. Verge takes that ball into the middle, dangerously in front of his own net, pinches it with Wally. Pretty lucky. Kroby blocking Wally, but that save by Verge is on point. Now Tempest passing it to Wally. Wally with a shot, a bit off target, as no one is there to concede off. Oh, what is this? Honestly, Mike, just take over.
Yeah, at this point, Domino desperately trying for that goal as Tempest is coming in from that pass off the ceiling. Wally with a great pass to enable Tempest yet again to come forward and score this one. It was a bit messy right there from the Nox defense overall. The communication seemed to be breaking a bit down under that pressure, and Domino taking the lead in game 4 right now.
You know, when you started taking over, Wally just instantly scored. So I believe I should just retire from casting already. Because, you know, if I just stop casting, Domino might have a chance, you know. But anyways, we move over. The ball is in the orange half as Kroby can't find a good enough touch to clear it. Tempest going for a midfield pass. But Verge is just getting harassed over here. Now Wally pops it to the middle dangerously. Julian goes for a shot a bit too high. Sign with a shot now equalizes the game for NOX eSports.
And again, it's coming down to weak touches, or touches that are not as good as they need to be right there. Wally just punting it into the wall, not into the corner. Doesn't allow his teammates any time to get settled in the net. One of them gets taken out for good measure, and then the last defender had to try for a squishy save to somehow get that. To his credit, he nearly did, but in the end, the shot was just a bit too accurate.
Oh no, that should have gone in. But unfortunate, as Tempest tries to make it up for it, as he went for a shot but pinched away by Julian and Kroby. Now another shot goes up, but Julian gets a light touch, puts it into the back of the blue half, but Tempest just takes it, air dribbles, nearly gets it past Sign, but Verge is there for the follow-up. Can't find another touch though, as now Tempest is forced to try to make a midfield pass. He gets in middle, but no one is there to follow it up. What is happening with the offense of Domino Academy? I have no idea. As Verge now goes for a double touch, can't find it.
Yeah, their strength is normally that they're really precise and accurate, and that accuracy is not there. It's that thing that's enabled them so far in this season, being able to put on immense pressure on your opponent and just punish every single mistake which they make, and not double committing as much like we see right here. So this isn't the regular Domino we used to be seeing in league play. This is sort of different, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the substitution. Maybe that is the negative effect of that substitution that we can see right here in the series against NOX eSports.
If I have to be honest with you, the sub is currently playing better with the team than what they're doing yesterday. But of course, there's some double commits occurring. Maybe it is the sub, maybe it isn't. But in my eyes, they're currently playing better than what they used to do yesterday. As Julian now just drops the ball and we go to overtime in game number 4. Who will concede and who will be the one who just punishes them? Now Julian goes for a clear, gets blocked by Tempest as Kirby now gets a touch into the blue half. Wally is left in an awkward position, just passing it to Julian, but Julian just pops it up instead of taking his time. Now Sign gets a good touch, gets it past Tempest, but Verge is there for the follow-up, but Kroby as well just sends it down the line. Sign with a shot, Wally makes the save and saves Domino, which keeps them alive. Now Tempest gets a brilliant block on Sign, but Kroby is already up for it. Wally goes for a clear, it gets sent into Sign. Verge once again puts it to the corner. Wally passing it to Tempest. Tempest with a clear now, but into Kroby as Kroby puts it to the side. Now Verge with a brilliant 50 just straight into Sign 1 as again Wally can't find a touch on the ball as Tempest is forced to save the shot from Sign as Tempest now goes for his own shot. Kroby with an unfortunate touch and Wally goes for that 50. Verge going for a solo play, double commit by Kroby, but somehow makes it work. Tempest goes for the shot, blocked by Kroby. Verge left alone on defense, but Kroby can't do anything with the ball. Verge. You go on, mate.
Yeah, that overtime seems to be doing Domino Academy a load of good, as the rotation looks a lot cleaner than it has during any other game up until this point. They're trying, because overtime is that special situation where you really are not allowed to do any mistakes whatsoever, and Domino seem to be recognizing that and using this opportunity to fix their rotation a bit, maybe even fix their communications as well, as these are the most important things when it comes to an overtime. And right now it's pretty even so far. Both teams could be able to take the goal right at the second.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting. Of course, Domino trying to fix their problems together, fixing their comms. Overtime is very important, especially this is playoffs. If you lose, you're going home. No more chances, because this is the losers bracket, not the winners. So if you lose, you're gone. You're done for. You don't get that prize money. But Verge, nearly faking it out for the orange defenders.
Yeah, that shot needed to be in. That was a prime opportunity there for Verge. Just didn't get the power on it. Tried to adjust midway through his flight to maybe psych out the defender, but he didn't fall for it. And now Domino trying to establish some pressure, but deciding to retreat instead and take control in the back corner. Tempest just puts it away. Well, the defense holding strong. Wally with a great pinch going upfield, but this is nothing more than giving possession away. Maybe they now have time to get some boost as the physical players are getting off. Wally with 2 demos. Can Tempest be there for the follow-up? No, he can't, and now he has to make the save, and defense does so very convincingly.
Yeah, now we switch over. Nox with the pressure instead now. Sign going for a shot, tries to get it past Verge, but Verge is there for the save. Tries to get it past Julian, but Julian somehow gets a touch. Wally also blocking Kroby in the air, denying him a shot. Denying him any sort of chance, actually. Now Verge is forced to make that save. Julian pops it to the corner, pops it back mid, but no one is there from that Nox side to follow it up. Tempest with a brilliant block. Wally with a follow-up. Will he get that shot? He gets that double, but no one is there to follow it up. Now Sign getting blocked by Verge, but the ball is still in the blue half. Julian demoing Wally as a pass comes through, but Tempest blocks that shot. Now Tempest.
Yeah, now it's again Domino trying to get on the offensive and trying those demo plays. They have been working before at this point, but they need to get some more offense going. The demo plays are there, but the follow-up mostly isn't. There's a double commit this time coming out from NOX eSports. We've seen quite a few of them in overtime so far. That could bite them in the back rather big.
Yeah, a problem with Domino Academy as well is that they couldn't concede. No, not concede, but what's the word? Lol. But yeah, they couldn't punish or just put the shot in because a double demo actually happened earlier, and no one just followed it up. Just a bit too far, you know, a bit too slow for the play. As now we go to Kroby, just trying to keep that pressure. Goes for a pause. Julian is there, blocked by Tempest. As Wally tries to get it past Sign, he does so, but not to the point where he wants to. Now Julian with a shot, Verge is forced to make a save. He does get that contact on the ball to make his save. Kroby with an unfortunate touch puts it back into the orange half as Wally goes for a demo. As Kroby pops it down, no one in the blue net, but Julian can't make contact. Verge sends it to Tempest, and Tempest sends it behind him. Wally turns around for the ball, tries to get it past Kroby, but Kroby is already there for the save. Verge a bit low, but takes that pad now. Tempest with a clear, as no one is there to follow it up.
No, and that it's now becoming into battle of attrition, really, as both teams are so far into this overtime that this one overtime could potentially be very decisive in the series, as it comes down to consistency at this point, but also being able to just play at that level for the longest time. And now whoever has the most consistency will probably win this entire series, as now NOX eSports trying to get some pressure going. We've seen that Domino can make anything happen, and Tempest with the double touch doesn't get it. Kroby gets the last ditch effort, and I think all of Domino are upfield. No, Wally has rotated back just in time.
Wally with a shot actually puts it in for Domino. What a long overtime that was. 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Wally just being too speedy at that last time for the NOX eSports side. Just outspeeding him, outpacing him, and then putting his shot in. No chance for the defender to save it. And that was a hell of a game.
That overtime was so long. I think that really sort of came down. It really came down to the wire, and you made a really good point about consistency again, and we saw a bit more consistency towards the latter stages of the game. Throughout the sort of the first, well, the original game and not the overtime, it seemed kind of slow, kind of messy again. The rotation was definitely improved, but still not where it should be. In that overtime, it just seemed like each team were playing it really, really well. They tightened up, they nailed that rotation. They need to do that, but they need to do that in the main game. If you'd have done that in the main game, you wouldn't have sacrificed 3 goals and ended up in that situation of long overtime. And now, you have to think about it. Whoever wins this, Division 1 will be concluded today. You've just had a 6-minute overtime. You've still got 2 more series to go after this, whoever wins it. You've got to think that fatigue's going to come and play at some point.
Yeah, fatigue is definitely one factor that is going to set in, especially if one of the teams makes it to the grand final, where, of course, Glasgow Storm are already waiting, who will be very much fresh in it. So we're just waiting right now, I believe, on one of the players to get this game number 5 going. We are now 2-2, all tied up in the series. Everybody's back in the teams, and this is now a best of 3, and this game number 5 is a very, very decisive one.
Indeed. Did you say best of 5? Because it's supposed to be best of 7. But anyways, Verge now with the early pressure puts one for the middle as well, but Kroby is there and makes the save. Tempest gets a double touch into the middle. Wally can't make contact with the ball as Verge pops it into the backboard now. Now Sign pops it middle as no one from NOX is pushing Wally, as Wally passes to Verge. Verge pops it middle. Wally with a shot, pops it a bit too high. As Tempest now missing the ball entirely due to Julian. As Kroby with a clear. Verge putting it to the corner. Tries to get it past someone, but Wally is there to clear it. As Sign now gets it past Tempest.
Yeah, and we see in this game 5 right now that Domino is trying to use what they've learned in that overtime with the clean rotation as they're somehow Sai just chilling on the backboard, completely confusing the other team with his incredible touch. They're nearly profiting out of that one. I don't know how that hasn't gone in, and Domino just come away with it where there was initially no chance at all.
And as you were speaking, Julian just said, hey, remember that shot? Yeah, let me just put one clean for you. And strikes first for NOX eSports Atlanta.
Yeah, Verk just a bit caught in net, probably on low boost again, so he couldn't challenge that really high looping ball that was near the backboard. And then Julian just coming in, recognizing that situation, coming in, cutting the rotation there to just put one in for NOX eSports. Now Domino is on the back foot yet again in the series, and they need to respond, and they need to respond rather quickly.
Indeed, they have to respond really quickly, and that's what they're trying to do by keeping that pressure and just going for that aggressive play. But Tempest getting blocked by Julian, but Verge sends it back at him. Tempest gets it, gets a touch, gets another one, but can't find that net. Unfortunate of him, as now Kroby takes ball position, gets it past Verge, tries to get it past Tempest. He does, but it's into the other corner as Wally now tries to clear. He does get one, but it's a weak one as Wally now gets a brilliant block on Julian. Verge can't make contact as Tempest sends it middle. Sign with a miss. Julian has to pop it to the corner. Now Wally pops it to behind Verge actually, because Verge was pre-jumping as Kroby with a shot saved by Tempest. A Sign now takes it up the wall without any boost. Now Julian pops it middle. No one of his teammates to follow up as Verge now takes position. Tries to pop it to the middle, but Wally takes it over. Now Sign pops it to the corner as Tempest now will take it back, put it into their corner once again as Kroby comes with a clutch as clears it. Now Verge pops it to the side as Sign now goes for a double touch, can't find the net, but Julian is there and puts it in for NOX eSports Atlanta.
Yeah, but this play has been made by Kroby, who was just bumping deep people and demoing people once he was rotating out after initially putting the ball forward. That is these exit demos that are so hugely important in breaking down these very well positioned and very good defenses, and we can see it to full effect here, deployed by NOX eSports Atlanta, as they're now 2-0 up in the series with 2 minutes left to go. Domino have a mountain to climb right now, and they don't seem necessarily up. They seem up for it, but they need to attack them right now, as there's a big miss coming from Virgo, but the bump coming out from Wally to make that whiff go unpunished.
Now Tempest tries to fake out Sign, but Sign takes it past him instead, goes for a shot. Gets it to the backboard, Verge without any boost, makes contact, but only light though. Julian sends it back to the backboard, but Wally is already prepared for that. Kroby with a miss, as Julian is forced to put it back and tries to add as much pressure as he can. As Tempest puts it to the side, Wally with a follow-up. Tempest with a shot, a bit too high as the follow-up comes by Verge, but he gets beat.
Yeah, now NOX doing what they need to do. They have possession right now, and that's obviously the best course of action here. But they are also slowing the pace down, going for a long of high looping balls, where Domino, if they want to chase the balls down, need a lot of boost and a lot of time, most importantly, and that will hinder their offensive capabilities right now. But Domino now on the offense, and all 3 NOX players caught forward. Volley gets it over one. Verk gets the dunk on the second one. Where's Tempest? He's up, but he can't make contact, and that's another opportunity that goes to waste for Domino Academy right here.
Indeed, that was a really huge waste as we've neared that 30 seconds mark. If they don't score right now, I don't think there's any hope for Domino Academy in this game. As now Julian goes for a shot, blocked by Verge. Verge going for a shot, Sign blocks it, pops it up instead as Julian now pops it into Wally, sorry. As now Kroby it's left a bit awkward. Goes for the demo. Verge can't find a touch. A sign pops it back to the side. 10 seconds left on the clock. Wally goes for a shot. Blocked by Sign once again. Tempest trying to keep that pressure. So it's Verge. 1 second left on the clock. And the ball drops and it goes to NOX eSports Atlanta.
And this is a crucial win for NOX Atlanta. Game number 5 now. They are on match point coming into game number 6. But let's see from our analyst on the desk, Mikey. NOX eSports Atlanta, do you think they can take this in game number 6 right now? As we heard that Mikey has a fire alarm in his building, so I will answer my own question. So I think that if NOX can keep playing like they are right now, then they have a great chance to beat this Domino side, who look a bit off today, who don't get the accuracy that they normally do, and the gods of Division 1 might be slain.
Good answer, Mikey. Anyways, we will be moving over to game number 6 real soon.
Yeah, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for everybody to ready up, and especially because Mikey can't ready up, just what does Domino need to do to make this into a game number 7 situation where, as we know, everything can happen in game 7? What do you think, Victor? What does Domino need to do right here?
It just looks like they're making their old mistakes once again. A bit like the defense has to be fixed. They let in 2 goals. And it's, that's what caused them to lose as well. I think they just need to play a bit more defensive when the ball is in their half. But as well, in the offense, they put a lot of shots up, but none of them went in, which is very embarrassing. But now we go straight off the kickoff. Wally turns into a Shikara, which is very interesting. An interesting card choice indeed. As now Julian puts up for Sign, but Tempest is there for the block. Kroby drops it down, gets a light touch. Wally can't find a touch, but now tries to get a touch as well, but can't find one. Blocks Julian as Verge puts it in for Domino Academy.
Yeah, he did need the assistance of the post there, but Wally with that Chikara, the longer hitbox maybe being the key to success in this game. Switching up the cars, having your opponents being out of their regular groove on how to defend your car, because that hitbox is now, of course, the Dominus hitbox instead of the Octane that Wally was using earlier. So if he can adjust to that quickly and his opponents can't, this could be a source of new pressure and of newfound life for this Domino Academy squad, and it's already paid off with a great assist here.
Indeed, hopefully it does pay off for Domino Academy, forcing NOX into a game 7. But now Sign with the early pressure once again. Tempest with a clear. Julian is there to make the block on Wally as Sign now takes ball position, gets it past Tempest. Verge is already quick on it. Wally with a shot, puts it a bit too high as Julian now tries to get it past the last defender, but Tempest is smart enough to not get faked. Now Verge pops it into Wally, but Kroby is already up for it, but pops it into their own corner as Julian is forced to make a save. Now Tempest puts it to the side. No one from his team to follow up apart from Wally now. Wally tries to get it past Julian. Double commit occurs, but no one is there to capitalize on their mistake. And it's just a mess right now.
Yeah, it is a bit messy, but NOX are still in the lead. They have been a bit cocooned in by Domino, but who have to now alleviate the pressure and now find themselves in a 2v1 situation. It's Julian passing it to Kroby and going for the demo. Verge gets the save though, despite being harassed. That's a great effort from him. And now Domino can maybe get a quick counter-attack here. But as yet again, something is off, but Verge will make something right of it right here as he puts it over the last defender. Julian too far forwards, too aggressive on the turnaround from goal, and he just gets lobbed over it, and that's underneath the crossbar. 2-0 now from Domino Academy.
Brilliant stuff by Domino Academy, but of course it's 3 minutes left on the clock. Anything can happen. NOX eSports maybe just turns the switches and decide to end the game real quick. And at this scene, as I talk now, Kroby with a pinch puts it a bit too high as Verge tries to clear Julian with an unlucky touch as Wally just goes for that touch as well, takes the ball. Now Sign tries to center it, he does. Kroby is there already, drops it down and scores for NOX eSports Atlanta.
Yeah, and that was a great goal there from Nox, and a much needed one at that. This is just a bit enough speed from Saint, who just puts it mid over the last defender there, and there's no one to defend Crow. He's shot the rotation a bit too slow here, and Nox get the goal that will leave them with only one more to go. As now Kroby takes it around Wally, but gets beaten on the 50 for his efforts. Tempest trying to get it back upfield. Domino looking to re-establish their two-goal lead at this point.
Yes, indeed, anything can happen. We might see NOX eSports try to equalize as I speak now. Kroby with a miss. Unfortunate, but Sign is trying to keep that pressure, but Verge says no and sends it away. Now Verge, without any boost, gets it past Julian, but Kroby is there to make that clear. Julian tries to go for the shot, but Kroby is the one who equalizes the game.
Yeah, and the fact that Julian went up there forced the defender, in this case Wally, to stay in the net because he needed to be expecting that touch to be made. That allowed Kroby to come back in as the second man. Tempest, usually going from the backcourt, should be swooping across to defend that ball once it hits the backboard, but doesn't do so. And now NOX Atlanta once again equalizing in game number 6 with 1 minute and 48 seconds left to play. This is everything to play for Domino Academy.
Indeed, this is going to be interesting. The game is equalized, and Domino Academy will of course be kicking themselves for making those two simple mistakes. As Wally now with a save, as Julian tries to pop it back to the middle, but Wally is the one who does that. Kroby with a shot a bit too high up as Tempest makes an easy save. Pops it straight back at the middle though, but Sign can't do anything special with it. Kroby puts it to the side. Wally with a clear, but Sign puts it under him as Tempest is forced to make a save because Virgis is a bit too slow. And Tempest, without any boost, tries to block him. A shot is there, but not on net.
Yeah, and now Nox trying to kill this game right here and right now. The pressure is coming on as Kroby gets the shot, but Tempest is there at the near post to make the crucial save. Now maybe Domino can get out of their own half, but Julian is already there. It is very much a play of, okay, which team wants to settle for overtime and which team wants to end this in regulation. And right now, it seems like Domino wants to go into overtime and Nox wants to get this out in regulation right here and right now.
Indeed, 30 seconds left on the clock. Verge with a brilliant dunk, but Julian is there to clear it. Kroby will go for a shot but misses it, as Tempest also misses it. Now Wally, taking his time, gets it past Sign without any boost to work with. Now Julian pushes him very early. It's middle to Kroby, but Kroby tries to fade. But Wally, oh no, Verge, sorry, isn't going to fall for that. Last 10 seconds, who will prevail? Will it go to overtime? Tempest with a shot blocked by Kroby as we go to overtime.
Yeah, and in this overtime, you've seen the last one that took 6 minutes. Maybe this will be equally long, but Saint trying again to go for that huge dunk. Doesn't get it on target this time. We've seen that both teams have been capable to clean up their rotation in overtime and both being able to play very calculated Rocket League. So maybe this overtime could potentially go on very long again.
Indeed, possibly, because both teams doesn't want to make a mistake and it's going to... Oh! Will it go in? It does go in! And Domino Academy stays alive in Division 1 playoffs.
And we have a game number 7 on our hands. Verk with the 1v1 skills just gets it past one and then uses the wave dash to keep close to the ball and 50s the opponent. Just, that's not even described as a 50, that's just bullying the opponent with the 50 at this point. And we have Domino being really effective. 3 goals, 3 shots. But Mikey, coming back from the fire alarm, did you see any fire in this game?
Well, there was a lot of fire in this game. The hype of this division set my alarms off. But I think, you know what? That was insane. Verge, we saw him in the first few games. He really struggled. You know, he was getting them really light touches and leaving it open way too much. But I think they really sorted their rotation out a lot more. They tightened up a bit, and they were just better than we've seen them in the previous games. It's been a close series all round, So I still think this could go either way, but the momentum is definitely with Domino at this point.
Yeah, I think that the momentum could be the deciding factor here, but NOX had a lot of pressure in this game. Unfortunately, they couldn't make anything big happen from it. But if that keeps on, surely Domino can't be keeping it up as we go on to Champions Field for game number 7, the decisive game, in to see who will face Trinitas Esports Remix in the lower bracket final.
Indeed, we go to beautiful Champions Field. Game number 7. Which will be the stronger team, Domino Academy or NOX Esports Atlanta? Who will be sent home and who will stay alive in Division 1 playoffs? Let's find out as Tempest gets a brilliant kickoff, blocks Julian as well, but Julian doesn't give up on that ball yet, passes it to Sign. Sign gets blocked by Verge, pops it to the middle, but Wally makes a touch. Now Julian tries to get it past Tempest, but Tempest doesn't like to get that ball across him. Now Wally takes his time, goes for some air dribble, tries to get it past one, he does, but Sign gets a slight touch as a double commit occurs by Nox, but Domino Academy can't punish them.
Yeah, the punish not coming through, and now Domino are being forced back onto defense, looking to regroup and start another attack, but Nox immediately there to make amends for that. But we see already that Domino is a bit more aggressive in this game number 7, trying to put the life of 3 shots, 3 goals behind them, but the shot comes in, it's just over, and now Nox needs to be scrambling back because every player has committed in this play.
Indeed, now Wally trying to get a slight touch by Kroby, but Kroby is faster as a demo occurs by Julian. But the ball is still in the orange half, but Sainz sends it away. Now Verge taking the ball possession, tries to get it past all of them without any boost, gets it past one, but no one from Domino is following up. Tempest playing a bit passive, the pass comes through, but Verge with a block. Wally sends it dangerously back to the middle, but Tempest is there to clear it. Now Tempest tries to center it, Kroby sends it away as Wally now sends it back into the orange half. Kroby with a shot a bit too high, but Tempest is still there for the save as Tempest loses the ball to Sign as Verge misses the ball and Wally doesn't. That is some critical error by the player there.
Yeah, and Saint with the rotations trying to steal their boost, trying to boost off Domino at this point, coming back, cutting into it, and nearly finding the back of the net with that shot. That could have been really close as Verg now covers the ball and takes it forward, but it's a lot of back and forth this time, but Domino's been caught out by the shot from Kroby, Verg not being able to rotate in time, and the opening goal has been scored.
And it is NOX Esports Atlanta who strikes first with that first goal. Less than 3 minutes left, enough time to equalize the game. What will Domino Academy do? Let's see, let's let them show us what they will do. Tempest blocking Sign as Kroby now with a clear puts it into the blue half. Wally now follows it up, passes it to no one as Sign now takes ball possession, wastes it, but Julian is there. Verge blocking Julian as well. Sign just taking his time, air dribbling, tries to go for a double touch, gets it a bit too high as Verge and Wally double commit on the ball. Bit too dangerous, but Kroby is a bit too slow on the ball. Tempest with the clear into Verge, Verge with the shot, saved by Sign. Now Wally going for his own shot, puts it a bit too wide, bumps Kroby in the process. Kroby is forced to do a squishy save, but no one is there to score it. What is happening with that offensive rotation of Domino Academy?
Yeah, the pressure is not really there, and Nox had made so many mistakes in the past 25 seconds or so that should have really been punished. But Domino a bit too tentative on the offense. But they can't allow to be too passive right here. They need the goals, and that was a prime opportunity right there. It's still more than 100 seconds left on the clock, but Nox Esports' defense looks to be really strong right now.
Indeed, even though they do some mistakes, it still somehow works in their favor and just keeps them alive. They're still leading by 1 as we enter that 1 minute 30 seconds mark. As Kroby goes for a clear, it's very good here, but Tempest with that save sends it away, gets demoed in the process. Julian pops it in front of net, but Verge is there for the save. Now Tempest taking the ball up that corner, tries to go for a flick, can't get a good touch as Julian is there for the block. Verge with a shot, a bit off target, but Sign is there with a save, nonetheless.
Yeah, and Domino, it's 1 minute remaining. They need to be throwing up everything, but as well as Nox is coming up with some really clever demos at this point, as the pass isn't there, all players connected and upfield on that passing play, but they have been able this time to rotate back quickly enough. So yeah, Domino needs that goal right now, but what Nox is doing very well is taking out the third player in the rotation, so that when the follow-up should be happening, it doesn't, as there's a great save on the line from Nox Julian, who just keeps his team alive. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Indeed, 30 seconds left on the clock, the pressure will go on. Verge with a shot, saved by Sign now. Wally going for his own shot, misses it by a milestone as Tempest tries to pass it to Wally, but Sign is there to interfere. Now we enter that 10-second mark. Will they equalize and go to overtime in Game 7? Will they do it? Or will NOX eSports just claim that win? No one is in net as Kroby goes for the pass. Sign just kills all hope for Domino Academy and stays alive in Division 1 playoffs.
And this is indeed Rocket League. NOX eSports has been able to slay the giants that are Domino Academy. They leave us here placed 4th, a placing that, frankly, at the beginning of the season, no one expected Domino to end up in. Everybody thought they would just surely win that division. But you can see playoffs are just a different beast, and so are best of sevens. So congratulations to NOX Atlanta, but giving it up to our analyst now. NOX have a very, very short time of recovery. Do you think they can do it again against Trinitas Esports?
Absolutely. I think this has to be. This is a huge esport, a huge upset even. We even turned around and said yesterday how much of an upset it was for Domino to drop down, first of all, to Trinitas Esports Remix. And NOX, they have just knocked out Domino Academy. And that is just mad to think. And I think if they can tighten up their defense, they can nail their offense, and they can really get something going. The momentum is now on their side. So anything can happen. And, you know, the team that they're now going to face in the loser bracket final, NOX Esports Atlanta, so they're going to be taking on Trinitas Esports Remix. They're the team that knocked out Domino Academy. So I think it is now going to go either way. But I think NOX Esports Atlanta, they have a strong possibility of taking that.
Yeah, and of course, going on from now, both teams that are in the losers brackets finals, that is NOX Esports Atlanta and Trinitas Remix, both are at least in the promotion relegation tournament with a shot at promoting to the Champions Division. But we'll be back with that matchup in a